Man is all imagination, and God is man, and exists in us, and we in him. The eternal body of man is the imagination, and that is God himself. The divine body, Jesus, that is the divine Lord, buried in this cross called the human form. He is crucified on this. He will rise in this, not coming from without. He rises within when the whole being begins to awaken. And may I tell you, it's an awakening process. When he actually awakens within you, you awaken. It's not another. You are actually awakening from a profound sleep. You have no idea how sound the sleep is. It is out of the grave that man truly rises. And the grave is his own wonderful skull. That's where God is buried. So here I bring you tonight and introduce you to yourself. And that self is Jesus Christ. Now try it tonight. And try it. And see if it will not prove itself in performance in the not distant future. There is no limit attached to it. Now let me give you one most encouraging thought from John's first letter. We know that whatever we ask, and no matter what it is, whatever we ask of him, it will be accomplished. But who is the one of whom I ask? We know that no matter what it is in this world that we ask of him, it will be accomplished. You want it? The 5th chapter, the 15th verse of John's first letter. We know it. Do you really know it? Well, how do I ask? Well, I ask of him. Well, he is my imagination. I bring before my mind's eye a scene which would imply that I am the one that I want to be, or that my friend or others are as I would like them to be. I try to confine it within the framework of the golden rule, that is, doing unto others what I would love them to do unto me, and not to go outside of that rule. It's such an easy thing to practice. Would I like the good that I ask of them? Yes. Like it for myself? All right, then ask it for them. Bring them before your mind's eye and dare to assume that what you are seeing in your mind's eye is true. Now there is a definite technique to it. A simple technique. If I can share with you what I do, and it works, I bring them into my mind's eye and I work myself up into an emotional state. It's like a peculiar rhythm. I breathe in and breathe out and breathe in and breathe out, and suddenly I reach a certain point, and then one deep inhalation as though I'm setting it up in a time exposure before my own mind. I set it up and all of a sudden I have a deep inhalation and every pore of my being explodes. And then I do nothing beyond that. It's taking that scene and setting it up in a time explosion before the eternal event. And then I explode it and then let life develop it. And life develops it. And then I get the call, or I get the wire, or I get a letter confirming that which I did. And I do nothing to make it so. I simply believe implicitly in Jesus Christ, but I have found him. I have found him as my own wonderful human imagination. I believe that all things are possible to him. He has ways and means that the mortal mind knows not of. So I do not care if I do not see clearly how it could possibly be. It makes no difference to me. I simply bring it to my mind's eye what I want to see it clearly, explode it, and then let it be. Now it could be tomorrow. It could be a month. It could be even years. I am not concerned. I have done it, and that's all that matters as far as I am concerned. Everything has its own appointed hour. See the vision? That was my vision. The vision has its own appointed hour. It ripens. It will flower. If it be long, wait. It is sure, and it will not be late. A little chicken, 21 days. A man, 9 months. A horse, 12 months. A little lamb, 5 months. And there's a time interval between that impregnation and the actual embodiment of that state. And I do not know the time intervals. I only know that all I do it. And if that time interval is a day, well, it's a day. If it's going to be a month, let it be a month. I do not know the time intervals between my vision of you being the one that you want to be and you becoming that which I have assumed that you are. I do not know the time interval. But there are time intervals between the impregnation and the birth of that impregnation. But I tell you, it works.